Hey guys, today we're talking about the dangers of your phone addiction. So grab your notebook, grab some water, and let's get started. I'm gonna go through a few different topics with you guys to make you want to put your phone down after you watch this video right then and there, because you're gonna be so shocked by what I'm about to tell you. Let's get started with the first topic: the constant consumerism of everything all the freaking time. We're constantly getting so many things, so many topics, so many opinions thrown at us, thrown at our brain, so our brain can actually never calm down. It can never calm down because there is so much going on. This is the phone, right? This is your phone. You are on this thing, on your device all the time, and just getting information just put in your brain all the time. It doesn't stop until you put your phone down. The consumerism of everything is it can be so exhausting for our brain because we never sit down in stillness. We never actually realize what's important to me. Why am I watching this? Do I want this information or do I not want it? You don't get the choice because it's just there. If you want the information or not, you're gonna get it. Our brain, now it got used to it, but actually it can't handle that much. Our brain is not designed to get constant information all the time. It is not designed for that. The addiction. Look at your screen time limit right now and check how many hours a day you spend on your phone. If it's more than 5 to 8 hours, you have an addiction. You have an addiction. If you check your phone to see if a new message popped up, to see if a new like is there, to see anything, you have an addiction. Also, if you tried, how I realized I really do have an addiction was when I wanted to put my phone down for 20 minutes and just not look at it. Not even just check the time, nothing. It was hard for me. It was actually hard to not do that. That's how I knew I need to change immediately. That's not normal. That's not okay. Guys, this is not okay. We're all in this together. Don't feel attacked. Don't feel offended. We're all in this together. In this day and age, sadly it's normal. But you need to step out of that norm and create your own life instead of letting this rectangular device control you with everything you do. You need to stop it. Your life is so tied to this thing. And everything you do, every step you take, every move you make, it's tied to it. You don't even realize because it's happening in the subconscious, but it's happening. It is happening, I promise you. We think about everything some person said on the internet and think about that all the time. Even if you don't do it consciously, your brain does it. Your brain does it. I don't care if you like it or not. The fact is that your brain saves the information and works with it. It does something with it because it got the information now. Okay, what are we going to do with it? And now your life, whether you go to school or uni or work anywhere, your life is like not designed to the information, so your brain is overwhelmed. You are overwhelmed with all of the information from everywhere coming to you. Your brain doesn't know where to start. Stop letting your phone control your entire life. You are addicted. Stop letting it control you. You are letting this... Guys, do you realize what this is? It amazes me so much how addicted we are to this thing. It's a thing, it's an object. I'm very passionate about this because when I realized that I was so tied to this, I got an ick. I was like, I can't let this thing control me. It's just like this, just with more information on it. It doesn't change the fact that it's still an object. It's just an object. It's not this whole thing. It's not your life. Let's talk about the information that has an impact on you. For women, it's the beauty standards, and for men, it's the unrealistic strength standards. I don't know how else to explain it, but with beauty standards, I know you think, no, I'm confident, I don't care what anybody looks like, I look good enough, whatever, whatever. But whenever you see a pretty girl on your screen, you're like, damn, she has pretty lips. Damn, she has pretty eyes. Oh, she looks very pretty in this outfit. It's not called being envious or jealous of that person because you are confident. I believe you, I am confident. When I see those women, I'm not like, oh, I want to look like her. But it still does have an effect on me. And you would lie if you say it doesn't have an effect on you. Sadly, it does. We naturally just compare ourselves to them if we don't have that 100% self-love, if we don't have that 100% confidence. And even if we do have that, it's kind of hard to not compare. Do you know what I mean? I really love women. I love women, but sometimes it's like, no, I'm not. I love women. I love what women looks like, but I know a lot of girls, I know me, when I was younger especially, I was comparing myself to other women a lot, and I wished I looked like them. And through that, like, those beauty standards come in. Beauty standards are such a lie, guys. I hate beauty standards. You wouldn't have been born with your nose if that didn't belong in your face. That nose belongs right here in your face. I'm not the biggest fan of my nose, and I wanted to have a surgery all my life. But I would say 2 years ago or something, I was like, hold on, my nose fits exactly my face. If I do my nose, I gotta do my jawline, I gotta do my eyes, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. It doesn't stop. It becomes another addiction. So beauty standards are very, very dangerous. And our phone and social media just like pushes you more into that direction to compare yourself and to not be happy within yourself or confident within yourself. And it's so dangerous. That's where all the beauty standards come from. If none of us had our phones, everyone would stay the same. Maybe some people really don't like their noses because of themselves, and that's possible. I'm not saying that's not possible. Do whatever you need to do to make yourself feel good and confident. But also, if it's empowered by the beauty standards, I already know you're lying to yourself. And you know you're lying to yourself, but you just don't want to admit it. That's a very important topic also, but I'm not the biggest fan of it. I'm not even going to talk about it too much. Do whatever makes you feel good, makes you look pretty, whatever. But if it's tied to beauty standards, you're doing it wrong, because God has given you the face that you need to have. You are blessed with your face the way you are. Men, oh my goodness, how many toxic masculinity TikToks, reels have I seen in the last years? It's even too much for me. Oh, you need to be disciplined, you need to be alpha, you need to be like, chill out. Can I not just be human? I like when men are leaders and when they can achieve things and solve problems. That is amazing. That's divine masculinity in itself. But it's getting mixed up with this whole you need to be. No one needs to be anything. Nobody. We don't need to be the prettiest human, ethereal, beautiful woman on earth. And men don't need to be the strongest, most disciplined, and never cries, and most muscular men like all the time. That's not normal, and that's not healthy. That's not okay. We need to stop letting these reels and TikToks and YouTube videos and everything that comes with this whole device. We need to stop letting it control us. It's dangerous. What it does, it doesn't motivate you to be prettier or be stronger. It demotivates you in a way I can't even explain it to you. It's so like, you're like, oh my god, I can never be like that. If you watch motivational content, if you watch girls that tell you this is how I activated my feminine energy, this is how I activated my masculine energy from men, fine. Go ahead and do that. That's motivational. That helps you maybe become the person that you want to be anyways. That's totally fine. I'm not against that. But you need to differentiate between the divine and toxic, because there's divine masculine and feminine, and there's toxic masculine and feminine. You need to separate those two and choose yours. Choose the good thing. I'm begging you, please. It's not worth it. Don't even watch those things. Sometimes I watch them because I find it so interesting, and I look at the comments and they're like, oh yeah, brother, yeah, yes, oh my god, I want to look like you. Like, it's so scary and it's so disappointing and it's so sad to me to see that people actually get so influenced by this toxicity. It's so damaging, please. That was my outtake on women and men of social media and the impact it has on the different gender. But I need you to know that it's very, very dangerous to identify with any of those people. Please just don't do that. Did you know that we are the first generation to know what life was like without the phone and what life is like with the phone? We are the first ones to realize that there's a difference. Every generation that came after us doesn't even know what a life without a phone looks like. And it's so scary to me. I have a little brother. He just knows the life with a phone, with social media, with the internet, with immediate responses. We didn't know that. I'm Gen Z. I'm 23 years old, so when I was 13 or something, 11 or something, I already got my first phone, which is a very early age, but we didn't have social media back then. I think it was like, I was 15 or 16 when the whole social media came into it, and from then on the whole apps and every single thing developed with that. But when I look back on it, that was the most important years of my life. When I was 10 to 18 is very important because then we get the most influenced by parents, friends, but most importantly social media. It's scary how influenced we get. You know what life is like without a phone. You know it. You're alive right now. You're grown right now. You know what it's like. And just don't forget that. Seriously, don't forget what life is like without... I keep pulling my phone up, but I'm serious. Like, I hate and love this thing at the same time. I need you to choose what you consume. I was talking about the whole toxicity and stuff, but you can also, if you use your phone just as much as I do, because I just grew up like this. I'm addicted to it. I'm addicted to my phone, okay? I'm saying it. I'm working on it though. I'm working on it. I realize the dangers of it. But when I use my phone or when I'm scrolling on TikTok, I make sure I follow inspirational, helpful business content or content that like really motivates me to be better in life, in real life. Fitness accounts, people who post meals and stuff like that. It really, oh, I could try this new glute workout that she just posted. I could try this new recipe that this person posted. That's actually helpful if you use your phone like that. But if you use it just to scroll your time away, I promise you'll never get a good thing out of it. It's just what it is. It's a fact. You can't deny the facts. I'm sorry. So if you're gonna use your phone, use it for inspirational, helpful content. Choose who you follow. Act like it's real life. Who would you follow in real life? Who would you like their stuff? Who would you say good content to in real life? Do the same thing in social media. Stop following nonsense stuff that people post, drama, whatever. I don't want to like bash on any people, but that's what they post, and I'm not like completely standing by it. But that's why I'm not following them. I choose to not follow them for this exact reason, and you should do the same, definitely. And as I said, there's too many opinions. It's a lot about dating. It's a lot about, I feel like I've seen a lot about men and women perspectives, and I'm just confused. Like, what's right? What is right? Who is saying the truth? It's so overwhelming to choose the truth, and what I did already is to distance myself from every other opinion that anybody has and ask myself, First, of course, I sat down with myself, figured out my values, figured out my needs, figured out everything that's important to me. And after that, I was like, whenever I saw a video and I was like, oh, yeah, she's right. Oh, yeah, he's right. I was like, is he or she actually right? Or am I just watching a video that has 500k likes? Like, you really need to differentiate between what you actually agree on and what you support and what you actually think like. I see a lot that I do think alike with people most of the time because I only follow people I want to follow, but also like on my random For You page, just random people, podcasts, people just pop up and start talking about how women should do this and that, how men should do this and that. Like, they're talking like they're stating facts, but you never know really if it's a fact or not because you didn't fact check it with yourself. Fact check the things you watch within yourself. Ask yourself, is this right or wrong for me personally? Have your own opinion on it and then move on. Because our brain can't handle this many opinions. I said so already in the beginning. If it's too much information, our brain cannot handle it and you end up being confused, irritated, weird, like over the whole full course of the day because you're like, ooh, 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 ooh. It's weird. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but that's how it is. If you use your phone for business, for making your money, because that's how people make their money right now, by putting stuff onto people, making them buy things. If you work on your phone, set up work hours, treat it like work. Don't treat it like, oh, I posted this TikTok, oh, I posted this video, oh, I answered this client, whatever, and let me just scroll a little bit more. You end up scrolling your life away. You end up scrolling 1 hour, 2 hour, and you don't even realize it. So set up a timer or something like that. Okay, I'm gonna totally focus on work for 1 hour on my phone. I'm gonna use my phone to work, and then everything you do after that is your time getting blown away, but that's okay because you worked anyways. You put your work and your business first, and that's, I mean, it's how it is nowadays. Our work is through our phones most of the time, and it is what it is. So we can't change that. We just need to rearrange it a little bit to make it better for us. The first thing I did when I realized I really do have a phone addiction was actually first just acknowledge it, be okay with it, accept it. It is what it is. Most of the people nowadays do. It's okay. It's not okay, but it needs to be okay somehow to keep going from there. So acknowledge it first and see what you can do to reduce that. I, for example, set up a timer on my Alexa. I told her to set up a timer for 30 minutes, for 1 hour, depending on what I was doing that day and what was the stuff I needed to get done. And it was so hard. I put my phone away and I stood up and I was like, I'm in my room right now. Let me look around. What can I do? Oh, I can clean this up right there. Let me clean that up. I cleaned it up. Let me hang up my laundry. I hung up my laundry. And you know, that's how you can actually be more productive, because we just do things and we act like we're being productive, but when we're on our phones, we're being not productive at all. Start by setting off hours. I do this multiple times a day, especially, oh my goodness, especially in the mornings and at night. If you don't put your phone away in the middle of the day, please remember to do that in the morning and at night, because that's when our brain is still either more in the mornings in the theta waves or alpha waves. It depends on what kind of sleep you had, but it's like in rest mode still. And if you pop up your phone and like immediately put things in there, immediately our brain is overwhelmed. And at night, you can never get a good sleep if you be like, oh yeah, blah 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 blah, and then no. you are not gonna get a good night's rest. I don't know how to put it into words right now, okay? But when you just like look on your phone and immediately go to sleep, your brain didn't have time to calm down, log off, and get ready for sleep. You need to give it at least 20 minutes in the morning and at night to calm down or wake up, because that's the time where we are the most receptive to things. So anytime you watch something in the morning, it gets saved in it for the rest of the day. That's why I journal every morning. Every time I wake up, if I look at my phone in the morning. I check my phone in the mornings as well. I check my messages, I check my social media, whatever. And I need to get rid of that as well. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I think about not looking at my phone and I don't do it. But I always make sure to journal, because that's when I just write down everything that was going on in my mind and then I start my day. That's very helpful, but also not the solution. You just, the problem is the phone. You need to get rid of the problem. You don't need to find another solution for the problem. You need to get rid of the problem, okay? So I'm not gonna even go into journaling that much, because journaling is not gonna save the phone addiction. And once you start putting off hours in, put it into flight mode. Seriously, put it into flight mode. Don't use your phone, don't check your phone. But once you start with half an hour or 20 minutes at first, half an hour, 1 hour, 1.5 hours, start going gradually up with that, and you will realize how much more stuff you get done throughout the day. It's very important to not just stay stuck on the 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour, because we actually want to get rid of the phone, right? We actually just want to use it for emergencies or helpful things or business and work, right? We need to narrow it down into those things, and that's why we need to start going gradually up with our off hours. And what it also does, it makes you find hobbies. You start doing things that actually bring you joy, that actually light you up from the inside. You need to start finding hobbies that you can do when you're not within those off hours. Whenever I have my off hour, I'm working. I'm creating a new digital product. I start painting. I can saw, saw, I don't know. But I start picking up on hobbies that I actually enjoy doing, and it's so nice to see what your brain and what your body is capable of when you just put that thing down. It's just a rectangular device that has a battery and some information on it. Distance yourself from it and find real hobbies. Go to the gym, do yoga, meditate. Find good hobbies that enlighten you, that help you grow and that help you be better the next day, and better and better and better. So please do that. It helps you find hobbies if you put your phone down. Take it easy. Small steps, small baby little steps. When you are able to put your phone down for 2 hours a day already, I'm proud of you. Damn, you're better than most of us. But take it easy if you are not able to do that. Me personally, I had trouble doing that for 20 minutes. So I'm not ashamed of saying that, but I'm actually ashamed. But it is what it is. Like, I can't deny that's a fact. I felt a little weird when I didn't check my phone, and that actually was like the harsh reality I needed to face, and I'm facing it, and that's how you can actually start changing. So it's okay to face reality. Don't be scared of reality. It's what it is. But once you start actually wanting to change, you can do it. Nothing is impossible. If you start having an intention, put action into it, and get your mindset right, you will get to your goal every single time. There is no exception. You will always succeed if you have your why, if you act on it, and if you do it right. You will never lose. So the phone is the same thing. You can do it. You can absolutely do it. But if you need to start small, start small. You can go bigger the next day, next week, next month. You can do it, but It is what it is. Right now you can't do it, it's fine. Go for longer the next week. It's okay. Don't be too hard on yourself. You got it. Okay, you got it. Be okay with the fact that you need to work on something here. If all that didn't help making you realize that your phone is the biggest danger, if you have a screen time around 8 hours on your phone, weekly, that is 56 hours. Yearly, that comes up to 122 days. A year has 365 days. Almost half of it, you are on your phone. You are losing half of your year to this phone. Very scary. And over the lifetime of, let's say, 70 years, that's 20 years of your entire life. 20 years out of 70 years is on your phone. You are nowhere else. You are nowhere else but here. For 20 years straight. Straight. If that doesn't scare you, I don't know what to tell you. Seriously, I do not know what to tell you. And most of the people have even more hours on their phone, on their screen time. I really, really hope I could inspire you to put your phone down a lot more than you do now and start taking your life seriously. Stop wasting your time. It's a waste of time. As I said, if you use it for business, for inspirational content, for whatever, for emergencies, for talking to your family, those are different topics. That's what the phone was made for in the first place. And that's fine, that's perfect. But with this day and age where we have also social media and this many opinions like getting into our brain all the time, it's not okay, it's not healthy, it's not normal. Start realizing that and stop giving away years and years of your life, please. Let's start working on this together. Let's start motivating each other to really reach our goals with our set hours, and please take it seriously. Let's please start taking it seriously. I hope this last sequence of my video made you very icky about your phone, because that was the whole goal of this video. And if you liked it, please give this video a like and subscribe to my channel. And other than that, I'll see you next time.